Yes, Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. So today we will start on our first chapter for IML 465, Digital Reference Services. As on the slide, digital reference services, virtual reference services, online reference services are the similar terms. Jadi kalau you dengar DRS, VRS or ORS, they are all the same thing, similar thing. So don't get confused. These three terms have the same objective and provide pinpointed, exhaustive, expeditious service to its information seekers when they have a query. This is the definition by Ranganathan, RS. So as for the scenario, until the internet really began to take off in the mid-1990s, librarians relied on the mail, the telephone, and the fax machine to help users who were unable to come into the library for reference assistance. So before the internet, users will come to the library to seek for the reference consultation, for the reference service. Reference service ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu kita panggil perkhidmatan rujukan adalah satu perkhidmatan yang disediakan oleh perpustakaan yang mana pengguna akan datang pada pustakawan akan datang ke perpustakaan, datang kepada pustakawan, berjumpa pustakawan untuk bertanyakan soalan. So that is the reference service, perkhidmatan rujukan. Jadi sebelum ni, sebelum ada internet, sebelum ada networking and so on, pengguna ni akan datang ke perpustakaan secara fizikal. Jadi bila dah ada internet, so the reference service start to work digitally. And then with the advent of internet-based tools, librarians now have a greatly expanded set of options. Some of these digital technologies allow only for asynchronous interactions. The user and librarian interact in a delayed fashion as opposed to a live one, such as in the case of emails sent back and forth between users and librarian. So before this, previously, first version of digital reference service is asynchronous, means that you can post your question online, but it takes time for the librarian to respond to your question because of you are using email. Jadi you hantar email and then you need to wait until the reference librarian reply your email, which is usually not happen in a real time. Maybe it takes 1 or 2 days or might be longer. Depends on the situation, depends on the librarian's free time. So by time, others internet options offer synchronous or live interaction that approximate at different levels the experience of the face-to-face reference encounter. Some live systems allow for user and librarian to send short messages back and forth via chat software. Other systems allow for the librarian to take control of the user's browser as though the librarian and user were at a reference desk looking at a single computer monitor. So synchronous is macam tadi asynchronous saya kata delay response. Contoh email, you hantar, you tak tahu bila librarian tu akan reply, and bila librarian tu reply, mungkin jawapan dia tak, ataupun jawapan dia mungkin memerlukan lebih you nak jawapan yang lebih detail, for example. Jadi you have to reply to that librarian's email and then wait for more time for the librarians to respond to your email. Jadi it takes a very long time for you to get the answers that you need. Compared to synchronous, it is a real-time conversation. Contoh chat. You chat, you tanya, and then you can get the response promptly, terus. Jadi you tak payah tunggu. Based on the response, maybe you have another question, you can directly post or you can directly ask the question and you get the answer as soon as possible. Then, as wider and wider bandwidth becomes a norm for internet users, it's easy to envision librarians and users speaking directly. Jadinya, jadi you kena ingatlah, you kena tahu the development of digital reference service, virtual reference service. It start with the traditional method, face to face, and then by time, dia jadi synchronous, means that need more time to get the answer and move to the synchronous, live or real-time response of answer. So this is what we will cover on the chapter 1. Start from the definition and then theories, evolution of digital reference service, factors driving change of reference service, the needs of digital reference service, objective of digital reference, as well as elements of digital reference. So first, we go for the definition of reference service. The provision of reference services involving collaboration between library user and librarian in a computer-based medium. These services can utilize various media, including email, web forms, chat, video, web customer call center software, voice over internet protocol, etc. This is a definition by Sloan in 2002. You need to remember that you need to bear in mind that digital reference service basically involve three elements: the users who ask the question, and then the librarian who will answer the question, as well as the medium of the reference consultation, either website, chat, Google Form, video, phone call and so on. Tu semua adalah medium or channel, communication channel between the users and the librarian in having the reference consultation, reference service. So another definition, virtual is something that is not physical but is made real with the aid of computer. So kita ingat virtual ni there is no physical contact at all, there is no face-to-face communication at all. Dia cuma reference service provided by the library using the librarian to answer users' question through web, with the aid of computer, with the helps of computer. While digital involves the use of computer technology in capturing, storing, and providing information. Both DRS and VRS make use of the computer to provide information. This is a definition by Merriam-Webster Dictionary. So you can ingatlah, virtual, digital, both are using computer. Both are using technology in providing reference service. Another definition in $1 by $1 in 2009. It is a concept that shows reference services delivered electronically, often in real time, where the users employ computers or other internet technology to communicate with reference staff without being physically present in the library. So, macam yang I dah bagi tahu daripada awal lagi, digital reference service, virtual reference service adalah perkhidmatan yang mana pengguna akan ada sesi soal jawab dengan pustakawan tanpa berada di library. You are using technology, you are using medium such as website, you are using medium such as chat or email in order to communicate with the librarian. Okay, a digital reference transaction occurs when a question is received electronically and responded to electronics medium by a librarian. Jadi, Bertolt, McLeod and Ryan in 2000, they define digital reference transaction, digital reference consultation happen, berlaku bila librarian ni terima soalan, pustakawan terima soalan melalui website, melalui teknologi, bukan face to face question. So digital reference service has evolved naturally from traditional reference service and does not exist in isolation. At the reference desk, the staff answers questions received either traditionally, such as face-to-face, or on the phone, and also digitally by email or chat via the internet. Digital reference service is an improvement on the traditional reference service. Okay, sebelum ni macam I bagi tahu you tadi, ada traditional reference service. Librarian akan duduk dekat meja rujukan tu. Jadi user, pengguna akan datang dan bertanyakan soalan. So, bila pengguna datang dan tanya soalan, pustakawan akan jawab pada masa tu jugalah. Ataupun pustakawan dapat soalan melalui telefon. Yang tu adalah traditional way, cara yang awal dulu. Tapi bila dah sekarang ada internet, ada networking, ada teknologi dan sebagainya, kita dah evolve from the traditional to digital to virtual. So it is easy for the users to consult with the librarian. Okay, theories and models in DRS. There are several theories and models describe DRS. However, it is important to understand the basic element of DRS. According to Brook in 2003, Digital Reference Service comprises of 4 elements, namely, okay, you kena ingat kalau misalnya Digital Reference Service akan ada 4 elemen ni. Kalau tak ada, tak cukup. These 4 elements complete the process of digital reference service. First, kena ada user. The user of the service on site or remote users. Maksudnya, pengguna tu dalam perpustakaan ataupun dekat luar kawasan perpustakaan. Kiranya kalau misalnya digital reference service ni, pengguna tu, the user can be anywhere. Macam you sekarang kat rumah kan, you at home, you can consult with the librarian in PSB. Using library portal, using chat or maybe using email. Okay, so itu first element. Kena ada pengguna sebab pengguna ni akan tanya soalan. User that will ask the question which will be fulfilled, will be answered by the librarians. Second, kena ada interface in the form of an emails, web form, a video conference, chat and anything, etc. So interface ni adalah medium or channel that is used by the users to send their question to the librarian. Third, must be a librarian or information professional. Librarian ni pun sama penting dengan pengguna tadi sebab kalau tak ada librarian, tak ada pustakawan, siapa nak jawab soalan kan? And then, kena ada information resources, either print or electronic, because of these information resources will be used to answer the user's question. Jadi, you kena ingatlah ada 4 elemen ni. First, user, orang yang bertanya soalan. And second, interface, medium or channel that is used by the users to ask, and then a librarian who will answer the question, and then information resources that is used by the librarian to fulfill or to answer users' question. Now, class, this is the DRS, Digital Reference Service structure or topology. Start with, kita ada asynchronous macam abang kita tadi. Yes, asynchronous is the medium that is not real time. Maksudnya, you guna ni memang digital tapi bukan boleh dapat jawapan. You need to wait. Which is kadang-kadang you tak tahu pun bila you akan dapat jawapan tu. Might be after 1 hour ataupun kalau librarian tu reply cepat dapat. Kalau librarian tu tak perasan email you, tak perasan soalan you, mungkin it might take longer than you expect. So asynchronous consists of email, web forms as a service, and then online pathfinders. So benda-benda ni benda yang you kena tunggu. You cannot get the real time answers, on the spot answers. Okay, then second, synchronous. Synchronous ni okay, real time, on the spot answer. So first is chat, and then video conferencing on webcam services, and then digital reference service as well as real time reference. So kena ingat asynchronous delay response, synchronous real-time response, on-the-spot response. Another element in virtual reference service is collaborative network, which is library consortia. So, ni I bagi tahu tadi tu. Mode in DRS, kita ada asynchronous, synchronous, collaborative network reference. Asynchronous, which involves time delay between the question and answer, conducted through email, web forms or as a services. Macam abang kita tadi, dapat ulang banyak kali. Hope that you remember this. Asynchronous is the process which delay the answer. Contohlah macam you hantar email dekat I kan. I tak akan, kalau I tak perasan email tu or I'm not checking the email, so you need to wait. katalah I memang tak aware, I memang tak check email hari ni, I tunggu 2-3 hari lagi. So another 2 or 3 days baru you akan dapat jawapan. And then bila dah dapat jawapan pula, mungkin you require many more information or you have another question. And then you have to post another question and again wait for the response from the librarian. That is asynchronous. So synchronous, which takes place in real time with an immediate response to the query, which may in the form of text-based chat using either simple technologies or web contact center software, video conferencing or webcam services or digital reference robots. So synchronous, this is the real-time answer, real-time response, on-the-spot response. Contoh chat. Bila you chat librarian, insyaAllah on the spot you akan dapat jawapan because of library will usually put a librarian on duty to answer the chat reference service, which is the real-time answer, real-time feedback. Then, collaborative network reference. In this service, 2 or more libraries come together to offer reference service using any of the online formats. The user would send his or her request to a member library, which would be forwarded to the library best able to answer the question. A library may get a question routed to it because it has particular strength in its collection that match the needs of the user. So, collaborative network reference is practiced by 2 or more libraries in order to provide reference services to the user, to the library user. Okay then, general virtual reference process model. First, we have question acquisition is a means of taking a patron's question from email, web forms, a chat or embedded applications. Okay, question acquisition is the process of getting the question. Proses untuk mendapatkan soalan daripada pengguna. Bila kata digital reference service-nya, dia bukan soalan yang you akan dapat face to face, yang you akan dapat physically. Dia adalah soalan yang akan you dapat melalui email, ada web form dan sebagainya. So bila soalan-soalan ni proses-proses ni kita panggil question acquisition, proses mendapatkan soalan. So, bila dah dapat soalan, kita akan ada triage. Triage is the assignment and routing of a question to a digital reference service and to a reference or subject expert within a service. This step may be automated or conducted via human decision support. Triage also includes the filtering of repeated questions or out-of-scope questions. So, triage. Once dapat soalan, librarian tu kena need to determine whether the question need to be sent to the subject expert, to the subject specialist. Maksudnya kena hantar pada orang yang tahu berkenaan dengan soalan tu, yang memang expert, yang memang pakar. Ataupun mungkin ada soalan yang berulang-ulang. Jadi bila soalan yang berulang, you boleh guna previous answer. You can, maksudnya librarian are able to recycle the previous answer. Or maybe out of scope questions. Maksudnya soalan yang tak berkaitan. Bila ada soalan yang tak berkaitan ni, jadi librarian can ignore the question or response back to the user, respond back to the customer, stated that this question is out of their scope. And then, answer formulation includes factors for creating good answers such as age and cultural appropriateness. Answers are also sent to the user at the point. So, bila dah dapat question, first dah dapat soalan. Second, triage. You proses untuk you menyalurkan soalan tu sama ada you nak bagi kat subject specialist ataupun you can answer by yourself using information resources ataupun you remove the question. So, soalan yang you terima, soalan yang you dah bagi pada subject specialist ni tadi, you kena dah dijawab kan. So answer tu, jawapan tadi tu you kena bagi pada pengguna, pada orang yang tanya tadi. Jadi bila bagi pada orang yang tanya ni, answer formulation ni, you cannot just simply give them the answer. You kena tengok user tu macam mana. Contoh, kalau user tu kanak-kanak ataupun kalau user tu pelajar universiti atau kalau user tu orang daripada industri ataupun orang tu user tu adalah senior citizen, jadi librarian need to match the answers with the user. Kalau kanak-kanak mungkin jawapan mungkin quite simple, very easy to understand. Tapi kalau mungkin you punya customer tu adalah orang pada industri ataupun senior citizen, mungkin you boleh guna complicated, bukan complicated, you boleh guna more, you can give more technical answers to them. Okay. Then tracking. Tracking is the quantitative and qualitative monitoring of repeat questions for trends. Tracking allows the identification of hot topics and may indicate where gaps exist in the collection. So tracking ni is the process of you are doing statistics, how the pattern of the questions answered, the patterns of the questions asked. Sebabnya bila you kerja dekat reference service, you bertugas dekat penghidmatan rujukan, you boleh identify how many similar questions have been asked. So sebab tu banyak company, banyak library akan keluar dengan FAQ, which is frequently asked questions. So bila frequently asked question, you need to provide the same answer for this frequently asked question to ensure standardization, to ensure that you give the right answer, the exact answer. Jadi tracking ni adalah proses untuk you buat statistik. Jadi dari statistik tu you boleh tengoklah berapa banyak soalan yang lebih kurang sama orang tanya. Jadi bila dah sama tu, you can put it in the frequently asked question. So daripada situ juga, tracking tu juga you boleh identify the gaps of the information ataupun the lack of information provided in your library. The lack of information resources provided in your library. Okay, then resource creation concerns the use of tracking data to build or expand collections and better meet users' information needs. Okay, resource creation is the, okay, you dah tahu tadi berapa banyak soalan yang diajukan, berapa banyak soalan, berapa jenis soalan yang ditanya, apa dia maklumat yang selalu ditanya oleh pengguna. Jadi daripada sini, you are able to suggest the collections need by the library. Daripada situ, you can identify what is the collections lack in the library. Mana yang kurang, you boleh suggest untuk penambahan bahan. So that is resource creation. Okay, then this is the 6-step process that organization can follow to offer a successful digital reference service. This is by digital reference process model by Chaudhry and Margheriti in 2003. 6-step. First, informing. Conduct preliminary research both in their area of expertise and in the existing services within their area. So informing ni adalah process of, maksudnya bila once you dah dapat soalan daripada user, daripada customer tu, you kena ada preliminary research. You need to identify what kind of question that have been asked by the user. Next step is planning. Develop procedures, methods and policies that reflect the overall organisation goals. You dah dapat question, you dah buat research, you dah tahu apa yang customer tu nak, user tu nak, you can go to the next step, which is plan. Kena develop procedures. And then training. Prepare their staff accordingly with a special training plan. Okay, library biasanya tak akan suka-suka letak staff dekat reference service because of this staff is an image of a library. Jadi, before any staff position at the reference desk, they must undergo trainings on how to work, how to be on duty in reference service. Then prototyping, pilot test the service before it is launched to identify problem. So sebelum ada digital reference service, you kena buat prototype, kena ada pilot test. Maksudnya buat ujian dulu lah, sama ada okay ke tidak ke. Kalau tak okay, apa yang tak okay, and then based on the problems identify, baru you can make sure that you are ready to provide the service. Okay, contributing. Ensure ongoing publicity and resource development to support the service. Jadi contributing ni, you need to make sure that you do marketing or promotion to promote, to create awareness of digital reference service provided by the library, to make sure that users aware of the service, and then from the awareness, they are willing or they want to use the service. Last step, evaluating. Ensure regular evaluation of the service to provide information in areas that the service can be improved. Okay, bila you buat digital reference service, you buat reference service, you kena, bukan reference service saja, hampir semua perkhidmatan yang kita sediakan, kita kena buat evaluation. Supaya perkhidmatan tu bukan syok sendiri. Bila you buat evaluation, when you evaluating your service, you will know what kind or what area that needs to be improved, what can you do to be better in that area. Okay, that is evaluating. So I think that's all for now. Nanti kita akan sama lagi lah untuk completekan this chapter 1. If you have any question, you can ask me in the group WhatsApp, or as usual kalau malu nak tanya dalam group, PM pun tak apa. So, thank you everyone. Happy fasting. Assalamualaikum. Okay, Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Let's continue from the last lecture, which is the evolution of digital reference service. Ever since the first library in Sumerian 5,000 years ago, library reference services are shaped by question and answer. The historical development of reference services as a main component of library services, constantly with the library development moving from traditional, automated, hybrid, digital and virtual. So basically, reference service is just like acquisition service, cataloging service, and other services in the department. It is an essential services provided by the library, which is providing consultation, providing answers, fulfilling the user's requests and needs. So in Malay, we call reference service as perkhidmatan rujukan, di mana perkhidmatan rujukan ni perpustakaan sediakan untuk menjawab semua soalan pengguna. This is the evolution of DRS. We start from the traditional. Every library, semua perpustakaan start with the traditional. Storehouse of knowledge, traditional face-to-face, managed from mid-15th century to 16th century until 19th century. So kita bermulanya traditional library daripada kurun ke-15 sampai kurun ke-19. Means that it is purely traditional, purely face-to-face service, purely physical collection. Jadi bermula kurun ke-15 sampai kurun ke-19 ni kita memang traditional. Tak ada hybrid, tak ada digital, tak ada online. Okay, and then we move to automated, introduction of electronic and online catalog and databases through internet. Jadi daripada traditional tadi, baru kita move to automated. Means that we convert manual record ataupun card catalog. From the printed catalog, we have online catalog. We have databases to store all of the catalog records. And then we have hybrid. Hybrid is a mix of traditional online services and resources. Macam lebih kurang PSB, our PSB. They have portal, right? Portal tu you boleh access all of the online resources. And then you also can go to the physical, to the PSB building. Jadi that is hybrid. We have both physical and online. As for the digital or virtual services and collections provided in an online version. Maksudnya digital or virtual ni without no face-to-face consultation, without no printed resources at all. That is digital or virtual. Okay then, factors in driving change for the DRS. First, technology, advent in technology. Semakin lama teknologi semakin berkembang. Technology has rapidly changed, evolved, has revolution and so on. So that's why daripada face to face, kita move to hybrid. And then now we have virtual. Another factor is communication. We need real time and live. Before this, mungkin reference service digital ataupun hybrid guna email, or maybe guna apa lagi another thing that require delay in getting information, getting an answers. Tapi lepas ada chat, lepas ada portal, and then we can get on the spot answers, real time answers. So next factors is resources. Because we have many resources online and digital format, so that's why it contribute to the evolution of DRS. Then user, demand of the user, and it will be a save time services. Okay, another factors is financial, cost-effective methods of providing services. So, bila kita buat online, it will be cost-effective. Sebab apa? You tak perlu gunakan no money for transportation, no money um, for providing information and so on. And then organizational. We provide staff training and development. Bila ada reference service from traditional, hybrid, and then virtual, library will provide training for the staff to handle this kind of service, this kind of evolution. And then environment, publishing ecosystem competitors. Bila kita buat online ni, we contribute to the environment because of we publish ecosystem. Next, user, title or per request. Sebab apa, bila user ni mungkin bila dah makin tinggi ataupun they have title, they have their own position. So, they will demand to get information without going to the places. Maksudnya, duduk dekat tempat dia pun dia boleh dapat maklumat. Means remotely, not commute to that place, not commute to the library. Okay, needs for DRS. The following points are intended to serve as a starting discussion point for planning and for incorporating the new technologies into digital reference service. A clearly communicated purpose for incorporating this technology into our services. Okay, before we provide digital reference service into the library, they need maksudnya library need a discussion whether that service is needed in the library or not. Katakanlah mungkin dalam library tu, dalam perpustakaan tu, user tak berapa nak, means they know that they serve the community that not very good with the technology, so there's no need to provide DRS. Tapi katakanlah you are in academic library, you serve the student, you serve the staff, academic and non-academic staff with the technology advance, with the technology literacy skill. So there is a need for you to provide DRS. Jadi before you provide DRS, you need to determine whether it is a need for you to provide that kind of service. Katakanlah kalau perlu, then you have to. Kalau tak, no need. You just provide traditional face-to-face reference service. And then, katakanlah ada keperluan, there is a need. So, provide guidelines for how and when it might be offered or suggested to patrons. Jadi, kalau misalnya ada keperluan, you kena ada guideline, kena ada garis panduan bila boleh ditawarkan pada pengguna ataupun how to offer this kind of service to the user. Development of a pilot program to inform the staff involved in the program. So pilot program is macam lebih kurang test. Before you provide any service, you need to do a test. To test, to identify or to identify any weakness or problem that might come later. Jadi daripada situ, daripada test tu, you identify problem and then you can come up with the solution. Next, comprehensive training for staff that would be providing the service. Okay, bila ada reference service, you tahu your staff will entertain the customer, your staff will answer the customer needs and demands. So, you need to provide training. So, bila ada training tu, you know that your staff are ready to answer or to facing the customer. And then they will, because of the reference librarian is an image for the library. Jadi you kena make sure, library need to make sure that the reference librarian will provide the service properly, will provide the service wisely. Okay, then documentation for installing or accessing the appropriate technology, both staff and the patrons. bila ada digital reference service, there is a lot of channel that can be used to provide this service. Mungkin you akan provide through email, ataupun mungkin you akan provide through chat service, or maybe you akan provide through portal, any medium. Bila you dah determine which medium that you need to provide this service, you need to do documentation on installing and assessing that technology or that medium, that channel. Okay, next, technical support for the installation and troubleshooting of technology on staff and patron. Okay, bila dah install, kena ada technical support, means after installation services. Then publicity, sensitization and marketing for the new service. Okay, bila dah ready semua, you kena buat marketing, you kena buat promotion so that people will know the service available in your library. The service is provided in your library, by your library, thus it will increase the usage of that service, because of the existence of the service is useless if there is no user will use the technology. So objective of DRS, according to Sloan in 2012, the objectives include to provide individual assistance and instruction. So data reference service, kenapa kena ada? Because of we are able to provide one-to-one consultation. One-to-one, maksudnya boleh ada between one librarian and one user. So between that session, with that session, librarian will focus on that user question and that user demand. Okay, then to provide and maintain an appropriate collection of reference resources, both print and electronic form. So you know, reference sources including dictionary, encyclopedia, what else, handbook, manuals, yearbook, annual book, apa-apalah, any reference sources. So bila ada DRS ni, you are able to provide this collection of reference sources so it can be used by the patrons. Okay, then to assist users locate the best sources of information. Bila user ada question, okay, when users have questions, there might be various sources to answer that question. But you as a librarian need to teach them which source that appropriate to answer his or her question. Sebab apa? Dalam satu soalan ni kita boleh ada banyak sumber jawapan kan, tapi sumber jawapannya semua akan bagi jawapan kat you, tapi which one is more effective, which one is more accurate, this is the things that reference librarian need to teach the patrons. And then to help in marketing reference resources, so DRS is a medium for librarians to increase the usage of reference resources, and then to serve as a public relations representative. Macam kata tadi lah, kalau reference librarian, dia communicate with the patron. So indirectly, they will be the PR, representative for the library. Another objective is to help in online searching. Kadang-kadang online searching kita Google je, mungkin kita boleh kata okay, boleh dapat banyak information through the search engine, through Google, through Mozilla and so on. But there is a lot of junk information, useless information. Jadi reference librarian are responsible to educate users or educate patrons on how to filter those junk information, how to get useful information. And then to help and assist in professional activities for development and growth, to help in referral process, forward the inquiry or provide the user with live links to authoritative website. Kalau misalnya ada one-to-one consultation ni, you boleh bagi personal consultation to the user. Mana link yang accurate, mana link yang tepat untuk menjawab kepada persoalan pengguna tadi. And then to educate users concerning and research technique. Daripada DRS ni, you can teach users on how to do research, how to research the answer for their question. Okay, another benefits of DRS is reach users in and out of libraries or social inclusion. So, bila ada digital reference service, you are able to provide services to the users anywhere, anytime, regardless of their location. So, bila kata macam di DRS ni, remotely, Jadi user yang dekat luar kawasan library pun you boleh access, you boleh reach, you boleh sampaikan, you boleh provide your service. And then invites new users into the library. Bila digital referral service, you also can reach, you also can target the potential customers. Sebab kadang-kadang kita nak tunggu patron datang kat library, diorang takkan datang kan. So bila ada digital referral service ni, you are able to reach any users that might not use the library, that they will use this service, digital referral service. Another benefits, provide better remote service for user real information need met. Jadi bila ada digital referral service ni, you boleh provide accurate information, you boleh provide good information to the user. Next, add online learning component, can work or assist user through finding the information themselves as in face-to-face. Okay, bila ada DRS ni, selalunya kita akan kata, okay, face-to-face is much more effective and efficient because of you are facing with the customers, right? With the patrons. Tapi kalau ada DRS ni, the effect is quite similar because of you still can face the customer, you still can face the patrons, and then you can assist them from step by step on how to get the good information, how to obtain, how to retrieve the accurate information. Okay, next benefit, supports real-time immediate assistance, immediate gratification. Okay, bila ada chat service, bila ada portal, you are able to provide real-time service, real-time answer, on-the-spot answer. And then extend library service hours. Okay, kalau face-to-face mungkin ada limitation. Library operation hours until 5 PM. Tapi with this DRS, your library operation hour might be extend until night because of you don't have to communicate with them face-to-face. As long as you have the device, as long as you have the connection, you are able to contact, you are able to connect with the patrons. Okay, then prepare student or user for making better use of physical repositories or archive by confirming materials, sending out finding aids, rules, regulation in advance, and then takes the library to the user or library outreach. So bila ada DRS ni, you are bringing the library to the users without having them to come to the library, which sometimes might be difficult for them. Okay, then elements or tools of DRS. Technology is creating new ways of librarians to provide reference services to remote user. Computer-based reference has significantly improved the services from the introduction of online databases to local and wide area networks to electronic reference sources. The technologies support the three modes of DRS. We have asynchronous, synchronous, and collaborative, and generally can be divided into three categories. Okay, bila ada asynchronous, synchronous, and collaborative ni, ada tiga kategori. Pertama, chat software, and then remote control software, and web contact center software. This is the tools of DRS. Asynchronous, which is bring users delay in getting information because of email, web forms as a librarian, and online pathfinders. Katakanlah email, you send email to the librarian. Maybe librarian will not notice your email on the spot. They might read your email tomorrow, and then bila dah esok tu baru nak jawab, ataupun esok tu dia ambil masa sehari lagi, another one day to get an answer for you, and then you need to wait longer. Same goes with the web forms as a librarian. All of these you need to wait before you get answers. And then after you get answers, maybe you want further explanation, further detail. Jadi, you have to wait longer. And then synchronous. Synchronous is very good because of you can get real-time answer, you can get on-the-spot answer because of the methods are chat, video conferencing, and webcam services. Lebih kurang macam sama lah kalau kita bersembang kan. You having a conversation. Bila you bersembang, you tanya, you boleh dengar jawapan terus. Is it? Sama juga macam synchronous DRS. You can get real-time answer. So another method is digital reference robots and then real-time reference. So next, collaborative network with the library consortia. Okay, library consortia is the cooperation between few libraries in order to provide these services to their user. Okay, for the tutorial, you need to write your idea of what you have learned today. Okay, thank you.